Welcome back to another walkthrough from For the Tribe. This is Zelda: A Link to the Past, walkthrough 14, Dark Palace Prep. So we start off, this is our first walkthrough in the Dark World. We just defeated Aghanim and emerged on top of the Great Pyramid. This is at the same location as Hyrule Castle in the Light World. Now the pyramid is where we are ultimately going to have our final face-off with Ganon. That will come only after we've rescued all of the mains and defeated Aghanim again. So if we go down onto the right side of the pyramid, a few levels down, we find another piece of a heart, our 12th piece. And then if we go into the nearby opening in the pyramid, we'll find that it's the Palace of the Four Sword. Now this palace we can't get to until after beating Four Swords, so we won't worry about that just yet. Now if we go on that same level, there's a bombing wall that can only be opened with a big bomb, and then another entrance that we can't get to. The second entrance is where you go to exit after you've tried to defeat Ganon and he has defeated you. You'll notice in the Dark World that there are similar enemies to enemies in the Light World. You'll also notice that most of the enemies in the Dark World will give you a greater amount of damage than they did in the Light World. So take care. If we go down toward the area where the bridge was in the Light World, we'll find that there is another bridge. However, this bridge is blocked off by a group of stakes. We'll be able to get through there after we get the hammer. If we go over below the area where the East Palace was in the Light World, we'll see that there's a cave there, same as there was. But if we go down over to Lake Hylia, the Lake Hylia version of the Dark World, we'll find that there is a circle of stones that we can go on to. And the circle of stones was in the place of the one island with a heart piece on it. Now if we use our magic mirror and warp back to the Light World and do it in the correct location so that we're not landing on a bush, then we can go on the island and grab our 13th piece of a heart. Now we can use our warp location to warp back to the Dark World. And then we can go back up to the cave that we bypassed earlier. This cave is a fairy pond, so if we've gotten any damage, it can be useful. Now go up into the area where the East Palace is in the Light World. Now this is the area of the Dark Palace. So we'll have a couple more things to do in this area before we actually enter the Dark Palace. we go down and around to the area below the Dark Palace, we can find that there is also a cave in the same location as there was in the Light World. If we go in it, we will meet a guy. He'll tell us a story for 20 rupees. And he tells us that there's a tiny circle of rocks at the lake at the source of the river. And he tells us to throw something into it and see what happens. Now if we go over and then up into the first building in the Dark Palace area, we'll meet a guy who tells us that the first person who touched the Golden Power wished for this world, and the Golden Land turned into the Dark World. So to defeat the man, who we will come to know as Ganon, we will need the Triforce. On the back wall of the building, we'll find some pots with some hearts in it. Then, go back the way you came, out of the area of the Dark Palace. And run back up, and we're going to go to the corresponding area where we found the magic shop in the Light World. We'll notice that there is no bridge to cross the river at this point, so we can't get over there. Once we get the grappling hook, we'll be able to grapple across the river. Go up, and there is a shop at the location of the magic shop. Now this shop, there will be a guy who will tell us that in such a dangerous world, it would be good to have an item. We don't need any at this point in the game, so we can just go, lift up the green stone, run over, avoid the Octorok, or kill it, and then the sign will point us the way to the Lake of Three Omen. Bash the stones with the Pegasus shoes. You can see the circle of rocks, the sign. It says, "Curses to anyone who throws something into my circle of stones." Throw something into it, a bush, or a rock. A fish will jump out, and he will say that he will give us an item if we go away. He will give us the Quake Medallion. Similar to the magic of ether. But also similar to the magic of ether, it will use up a lot of your magic meter. So, use it wisely. So now, we've done everything that we can in this portion of of the Dark World that we're able to get to at this point. So now we're going to go and unlock the secret entrance to the Dark Palace, level 1. So if we go and follow the path, we'll find an arrow that will lead us through a hedge area. Now you'll notice that when you go into the hidden pathways, you can't see yourself very well. And so you'll want to be very careful about navigating. So follow Link over, around, and up. Come in the top left side of the main big area where you can't see yourself. Come out, and a monkey will be following you named Kiki. Give him 10 rupees, and he'll agree to follow you. But don't get hit by an enemy, because if you do, Kiki will leave, and you'll have to go back and get him. And pay him 10 more rupees to have him follow you again. Go up and around, and through the hedges as shown. When you get to the entrance of the Dark Palace, you can pay Kiki 100 rupees, and he will open up the secret passage to the Dark Palace.